after configuring Tomcat, Apache Tomcat into Eclipse environment, now we will see how to develop and execute a servlet application. Okay, so how to, what I told, how to develop and execute a servlet application. First of all, we will go to Eclipse environment. So if you will not remember, then you can write in your notes. So file, new dynamic web project. So first of all, we will create a project. Then we will create a project structure first. So how I will create a project structure? File, new dynamic web project. Now I will click here. Okay, so what I did, file, new dynamic web project. Suppose project name is whatever you give, suppose servlet examples. So whatever you will give the project name, that is depend upon you, that this is completely user defined. Then I will click next button, then I will click another next button. File, new dynamic web project, project name option came, we provided a project name of whatever we provided, then click on next button, then click on another next button, then here you will put a tick mark. This is mandatory and it is very important point. So generate web.xml deployment descriptor. I will explain. So what is web.xml file? So why I will put a tick mark? A XML file will create, that is web.xml file, and that web.xml file is called as a deployment descriptor file. So why this file is important, I will explain. But it is mandatory, strictly speaking, you remember, you have to put a tick mark. If you will not put a tick mark, then web.xml file will not create. Okay, so what is the importance of web.xml file in our context, I will explain. Then click on finish, then you click on finish button. Just to see one project structure created, one project created, the project name is servlet examples. Just to see, just you will enter, there is so many folders, Java resources. So inside the Java resources there is a folder src, so there is a web content folder. Just you see inside the web content folder, just you see there is a file web.xml file. Okay, so this is the project structure in detail. My project name is servlet examples. My project name is servlet examples. If I will enter inside what into the project servlet examples, so we can see. So here just to see web.xml file that have created. But if I will not put the tick mark, then this file will not create. Okay, so this is the step number 1. First of all, we will create a project. Now we will go to our task. First of all, we will go to our task. So let it example 1. Suppose my task is, suppose let it I have a form. Suppose I have a form. Let it I have a form. Suppose my form name is, suppose let it index.html. So I have a form. First of all, whatever the problem task is given, the problem task you have to understand. So once you are able to understand the task, then you can develop the application. Suppose I have a form, let the form file name is index.html. Suppose one attribute, suppose name attribute, then name attribute, there is a text box. There is a text box and there is a command button. Let the command button, the value of command button is okay. This is my form first. So let we have a form. The form file name is index.html. So index.html is a HTML file. So what is the output? This is a form. The form containing simply one attribute, that is nothing but a text box set. What attribute? So that is name, one command button, the value of command button is okay. Now whatever any user will give the value here, suppose your name you will give, any user will give his or her name, then after giving the name value, then user will click OK button. So when you remember, when the user will click on a button, then an action will generate. So when, suppose my task is, suppose I will provide the value of name, suppose Anurag. Suppose once I will click on OK button, then output will come hi Anurag. Okay, so when the user will click on button, an action will generate. So when the user will click on button, so one servlet will execute. One servlet will execute. So let it servlet name is, suppose servlet is nothing but a .java file. Suppose servlet name is first servlet.java. So this .java file, this servlet will contain the business logic. So when that business logic will execute by the web server, then we will get a response, hi Anurag, as output. Okay, so this servlet will contain the business logic. Okay, so here output will come, hi Anurag, hi your name. Okay, so one HTML file we have to develop, that is index.html, one servlet that you have to develop. So in this context, required files, index.html, second point is first servlet.java, third is common web.xml file. So for developing and executing any servlet, so last file you have to develop, that is web.xml file. I will explain in a clarity manner what is web.xml file and what is the importance of web.xml file in a servlet application development and execution. So first of all, give a response. So this is my requirement and this is my analysis of problem task. Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
will go to my Eclipse environment. Our first file, that is index.html file. So how to create a HTML file? Just to see, remember inside the project structure there is a folder web content. If you are not remembering, then you write. So how to create HTML file? Inside the project structure there is a folder named as web content. It is visible to all of you. So where is my cursor? Web content folder. Just you right click on web content folder, then a new automatically, just you see HTML file option is coming. So how to create a HTML file? So right click on web content folder, then a new, then automatically HTML file option is coming. Just you click. Now file name I will give index. Simply whatever file name is completely user defined, Ramo Damo Samo, whatever you give, there is no problem. Simply you give the file name, then you click on finish. To see one HTML file created, and the HTML file name is index.html. Okay, so our task is what? We will create a form. For that form there is a form tag. So begin, and this is end tag. Okay, so HTML is nothing but what? It is a consisting of various tags. So once a tag you will begin, you have to specify the end tag. End tag is nothing but slash that name. So form, now our task is I will create a form. So form begin, form end. So in my form, so there is an attribute name. So name one text box. Remember, for creating a text box, what is the command? Input type equals to text. Input type equals to text. Name equals to whatever you give. Suppose name equals to, I will give name. Then BR means break, means next line. So very simple. How to create a text box? So what is the HTML code for that? Input type equals to text. So whatever the text box you are creating, so to identify that text box, we need to give a name. So let my name equals to, let whatever you write. So within double quote I have written name. So this is the identifier. This is the what? Something which is identifying your text box. Now there is a command button. So command button, what is the command? Input type, what is the HTML code? Input type equals to submit. Input type equals to submit. Value equals to OK. Okay, so Control S for saving. So now I created a form. That form contains an attribute named as name. So that is nothing but a text box. So what is the HTML code for a text box that I wrote? Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to our problem test. So when action is generating, when the user will click on button, OK button. So when action is generating, a servlet is executing. So that servlet we have to develop. So we will create a servlet we will develop a servlet. When that servlet will execute, when action will generate in index.html output, that means in that form. So how I will write, just to see, very important, first class. So form action equals to, okay, form action equals to your servlet name, first servlet. So that means whatever the output of index.html, whatever we will get, any action will generate, first servlet.java will execute that first servlet.java that we have to develop. Clear? Concept is clear?
Yes, sir.
Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now step number 2, second file, that is first servlet.java we have to develop. So servlet is a .java file. So when the concept of .java file creation coming to our picture, then we will go to src folder. To remember, src folder available where? Inside the Java resources folder. So there is a folder Java resources. So inside the Java resources folder, so there is a folder src. So here we will create a servlet. Here we will create a servlet. So how I am creating a servlet? Just you see. Right click on src folder. Right click on src folder. New servlet. So just to see, right click on src folder, new servlet option automatically coming. So you click on that servlet option. Then so many option came, Java package and Java class name. So package name, whatever you give, there is no problem. Suppose I will give Ceylon. Let it. Package name, you can write com.ceylon, you can write com.ceylon.software, you can write com.ramo.samo, there is no problem. Okay, so package name, that is depend upon you in which way you are specifying. Suppose I wrote package name Ceylon, then class name, that is our first servlet, because which servlet we are going to develop, first servlet.java. So first servlet. Okay, so right click on src folder, then new servlet, then you will click on servlet option, then you will give the package name, then you will give the class name, then you click next button. Just to see, once you will click on next button, so you remember this point, this is your URL pattern. So what is the URL pattern? Slash first servlet. So basically URL pattern slash your class name. So where this point we will use, I will explain, just you wait. So this slash your class name, my class name is first servlet. So where this point we will use, just you wait. Then you click next button. Then so just you see, one tick mark in a do get, one tick mark is in a do post. Do get method, do post is a method. Basically this two method is called as service method, and whatever we have the business logic, every logic that we will write within or inside the do get method or do post method, you have to choose any one method. Suppose I will choose do get method, so that's why I remove this tick mark. Suppose do get method and do post method. So time will come, I will explain get versus post. But currently you remember do get method, do post method, do service method. So any one that we have to choose. Okay. So now after choosing, suppose I specified do get method. Now after specifying do get method, now I will click finish. So once you clicked on finish button, then automatically one what fast servlet dot java created. Fast servlet dot java created. Okay, just to see. So automatically these are the packages, but we will develop in our own style. So I think in our previous class I have given the clarity. So for developing any servlet, so we need to import three packages. Already some packages already what that have imported, but we will quit. We will delete all these things. Okay, so in our own style we will develop. Okay, so import java x dot servlet dot star package, import java x dot servlet dot http dot star package, then import java dot io dot star package, control s, then you delete all these things. You delete, there is no need, then you delete all these things, there is no need, then you delete. So which portion that I am deleting, just you mark. So, control S.
Sir,
Yes.
hello.
Yes.
Sir, why the directory name is Java instead of
There is
Java?
no need to delete if you will write, but it is looking beautiful. Okay. So unnecessarily, so many codes are written. Automatically that code is coming. If you will keep, there is no problem. But why I will keep? So simply, just I imported three packages. Okay, very simple. Then how to create a servlet? So the point is, create a class, create a subclass which is extending from HTTP servlet. So how to create a servlet? How to create a servlet? If somebody asking, then your answer will be create a subclass which extends from HTTP servlet class. To see, so automatically that have created a class name. Your class name is fast servlet extends keyword. Already we all have studied extends meant for inheritance. So in core Java, in which chapter we have used the keyword extends inheritance. So after extends keyword, so this class is parent class or super class. Now fast servlet is a subclass. HTTP servlet is a super class. Okay, so how to create a servlet? So is create a subclass which extends from HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet is a built-in class name coming from java x dot servlet dot http dot star package. Here, give a response. Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have
you have specified. Yes, doubt you ask.
Sir, in the import statement,
Yes.
the directory name is Java X. Why?
The package name. Your name is Anurag. Why? There is a built-in package. Name of the package Java AX dot servlet is the name of the package. This is a built-in things. We have not developed Java X dot servlet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So once we have specified do get method, just to see, since you have specified do get method, just to see that this is the complete structure of do get method. So do get method is a such method taking two object. So automatically that have come. So one is a request object, one is a response object. So do get method, basically it is a service method. So this method taking two arguments. Anytime I will explain, I will repeat this point. So do get method is a such method taking two object. One is a request object, another is a response object. Request is which type of object? That is HTTP servlet request type of object. HTTP servlet request, just you see H is uppercase, S is uppercase, R is uppercase. It is an inbuilt interface coming from javax.servlet.http package. Response is which type of object? HTTP servlet response type of object. And already that have written throws servlet exception comma IO exception. So by default servlet application throwing checked exception. That's why when you are creating a servlet, so automatically whatever you are specifying the do get method, so already how to handle checked exception, that handling code have written. So this code we are not writing, simply we created a servlet. Okay, so throws servlet exception comma IO exception. Now here I will write the code. Yes, now I will write the code. First point is, first two line is common for any servlet. First two line. Okay, so we will see response dot set content. Response dot set content type. So within a bracket I will write text or HTML. What is the meaning of this statement? Set content type is a method. It is a built-in method invoking by response object. So this method coming from HTTP servlet response interface. So this statement is common. So what it is representing? The meaning is which type of content that you want to set, text content or HTML content as response. Set content type method meaning is which type of content that you want to set as a response. Text content you want to see the output as a response, or HTML content that you want to set. The meaning is this. Okay, set content type is a built-in method coming from invoking by response object. So that's why this method coming from HTTP servlet response interface. Now second statement, this line is common to any servlet. Second statement, print writer out equals to response dot get writer. So what is the meaning? In servlet, in JSP, our output statement is out dot print method. Here we will not write system.out.println. Simply our output statement is out dot print method. Then what is out? Out is print writer object. Then question is how I will get print writer object out. Once I will get out, then I will write out.print method. So in servlet, our output statement is out.print method. This is our output statement. But once I will get out, then I can write out.print method. So how I will get out? Out is the print writer object. So print writer coming from java.io package. So this input output related package. So how? Now when get writer method invoking by response object, then it is returning print writer object out. Get writer method invoking by response object. So this method coming from HTTP servlet response interface. So when getWriter method invoking by response object, then it is returning printWriter object. So this two statement is common for any servlet application. Give a response.
Yes.
Give a response.
Yes.
Okay. Then so we will go to the logic. So first of all, we will process the form data. So we have a form, one text box, whatever the user will input here, that is called as form data. So whatever the user will put the data, that means any name value, so that is called as form data. So how the form data we will process is the first. So just to see what I'm writing, string s equals to request dot get parameter. The answer is there is a method named as get parameter method coming from HTTP servlet request interface. That's why it is invoking by request object. So when get parameter method invoking by request object, it is a such method, it is returning a string value. So get parameter method when you are invoking, so in left hand side we will take a variable as output variable, that is the string variable. Then get parameter method within double quote, what I will write just to see. So here in index.html file, input type equals text, name equals to whatever you will write. So whatever you have written, name equals to particulars, that word you will specify here. Now, what is the meaning? When the user will give the input value, whatever, that value, now it will what assign in S. So what is S? S is a variable which contains your name value. So inside the text box, whatever the user will give the value, that value will assign into S. So one attribute name, if you have two attribute, then 2 times get parameter method you have to call. If you have 5 attribute, then 5 times get parameter method you have to call. Okay, so this is the point how we process the form data. Okay, how we process the form data, get parameter method when it is invoking by request object, then it is returning a string type of variable. Give a response. So now I will write the output statement. So output statement, hi, your name Anurag, then I will write plus. So name value that have assigned in S, so I will write S. Suppose I will give a space, then I will write S. Simply, now this is my servlet. Give a response. So this is my fast servlet.java. Clear?
Yes,
Give
sir.
a response.
Yes,
Give
Yes,
a
sir.
response.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, so first index.html file we developed, first servlet.java, that is your servlet that we developed. Now the time came web.xml file. So now we will go to the web.xml file. You open. So when you will open this file, so this is the web.xml file. So what is this? So web.xml file, basically it is called as a deployment descriptor file. So this file describing deployment details about a particular servlet. When web server, when our server Apache Tomcat, when our server will come to execute our application, the server will get the detail from this file. Okay, so it is a such file containing deployment detail about a particular servlet. Servlet whole information this file will contain. So we have to develop. So one file, welcome file list. So our welcome file is index.html file. You remove all these things. Welcome file means when you will run your project, which output is coming first. So that corresponding file that is welcome file. Suppose I have suppose I will run my project. First login form will come. Then login.html. If the file name is login.html, so I will write login.html. But in our context, my file name is index.html. So that's why that is called as a welcome file. Just before welcome file, some point you will add. Very important point. So just to see, so servlet begin, servlet end first. Okay, so first I will add servlet begin tag, servlet end tag. So what I will write? First I will give servlet name. Servlet name. Whatever you give, suppose I will give ABC. Then end once you will start a tag. So you have to end. So in servlet begin, servlet end, there is a sub tag, or you can say there is servlet name is a sub attribute. Then your servlet class name, servlet class, servlet class. It is your package name that you have given Ceylon. Just you see under src folder, Ceylon package, just you see first servlet.java structure. So your class name is first servlet. Your class name is first servlet. So you remember, once you are specifying your class name, always you will write package name dot class name. So class name is first servlet. Then you end servlet class. Now this is the step one. Then another step. So another attribute, servlet mapping. Begin, servlet mapping, end. So here servlet begin, servlet end, servlet mapping begin, servlet mapping end. So here was so first sub attribute, so your servlet name. So directly I copied, so I wrote here. Then URL pattern. So URL pattern already we have seen, your slash your class name, first servlet. So when or at the time of creating our servlet, already we have seen our URL pattern is slash your class name, slash first servlet. So URL pattern, finish, Control S. This is my web.xml file. So what is your servlet name? What is your servlet class name? What is your URL pattern name? So this is the detail about a particular servlet. So when the server is coming to execute your servlet application, then server will get the details from web.xml file. Basically, this file is called as deployment descriptor file. So I hope everybody got clarity how web.xml is important.
Yes, sir.
So complete. Now
Yes,
index.html complete. First servlet.java complete. Now web.xml file complete. So now I will run. So how to run? So who is responsible to run? Server is responsible to run. So just to see how I will run. Just to see, right click on project. Right click on project. My project name is servlet examples. Run as run on server. Just to see. So right click how you are executing your application. So right click on project, run as run on server. You click, then select the server, click next option, then select your project name. Your project name is servlet examples, then click finish. So now your project is executing. Now server is executing your application. Just we will see. So which output is coming? Just you see. So this is my output, one name option, one command button, and this is the URL. Okay, http://localhost:8080/ this is the URL. So now you can you can give the value here. Otherwise you I copied because I want to prove you why we can say it is a web application. This URL, suppose I copied. Now I will open any browser. Just I will put URL. Just to see output came. So any browser, now one browser I opened, that URL just I entered, output I got. So that's why I can say it is a web application. Suppose name, suppose I will write Anurag. So once I will click on OK button, so what I will give the response? Hi Anurag. Now I will click on OK button. Just to see, I got output Hi Anurag. Clear? Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why a servlet is a web application? In general, that we studied. Okay, so you open a browser and you put your URL, whatever the URL generated, so output happily we will get. Once you do refresh, then again, suppose you will give any name, suppose on off. Now I will click on OK button, hi on off. Okay, so this is your first servlet application. Here also you can give also, there is no problem, Octave. Now I will click on OK, hi Octave. Okay, I hope everybody got clarity. Give a response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.